Tinfoil hat. Oh, what the fuck are you guys even talking about?
Global controls will have to be imposed, and a world governing body will be created to enforce them.
Welcome to Tinfoil Hat. We go deep, homeboy. Aaron, open your mind. Drink from the fountain of knowledge. There's lizard people everywhere. That's some interdimensional shit. Wake up, Aaron.
This is only the beginning.
Dude, you just blew my mind.
Are you ready to get your mind blown?
Good morning, Swarm, and welcome to Tinfoil Hat. You know I am. You know I'm here too.
Rock!
Join me as always, Xavier Guerrero, and on the ones too, Jay Nice, Juicy Johnny Woodard.
Hey.
All right, guys, we got the legend, Jiu-Jitsu Jesus, Eddie Bravo on today. Some quick announcements real quick. My special Quiet will be out at the end of July. I'll get you the date on that, but it is basically done. We're very excited about that, very blessed. And so be on the lookout for that. And then we're going to be tonight we will be at the Dojo of Comedy with Eddie Bravo and Xavier Guerrero tonight. And then tomorrow night we have two shows, the Tinfoil Hat Comedy Night and the Broadbrook Opera House. Those are back to back. And then finally in July I'll be at the Comedy Club in Missouri. Yeah, so let's get into it real quick. Enjoy this episode with Eddie Bravo. All right, he's here, one of our favorites, my BFF. I love him to pieces. Please welcome back to the show, Eddie Bravo. Yo, Bravo. Good to see you, buddy. You've been traveling a lot. It's good to be back in the saddle with you the next couple days. Tonight we're live in New Jersey. We're doing SamTripoli and Eddie Bravo and Friends. And then the following night we're doing Tinfoil Hat Comedy and we're doing Swarm Tank. And then the next night we're in Broadbrook, buddy. Bang, bang, pow. Inviting all the farmers. Yeah, Connecticut, dude. I hear it's really hot.
Yeah, we were just there. Weren't we there like a year ago?
A little over a year ago. They want us back, and we're back into that beautiful, beautiful, beautiful opera house. I'm sure this is the one time a year they just get quality dick jokes in that opera house. Everything is Phantom of the Opera and off Broadway, and then dick jokes.
Tonight in Jersey.
Yeah.
We're doing, what time does that show start?
I think it starts at 8.
And then we're going to do Swarm Tank after?
No, we're just doing stand-up.
We're just doing, Thursday night tonight. We're just doing one show.
Yeah, just one stand-up show, just talking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, dick jokes are okay?
Dick jokes are always okay, Eddie Bravo.
Okay.
There'll never be a time it's not okay when you and I are around. I'm so excited to get you at the dojo, bro. You see my club. It's great. It's a nice little club. Yeah, we're very excited. Very excited, dude.
So tonight in Jersey, tomorrow in Jersey as well.
Tomorrow, 2 nights in Jersey, and then we have 1 night in Connecticut, which we're very excited about.
Hell yeah.
Are there any cities you want to go to, Eddie?
I would love to
do stand-up. You're touring all the time doing jiu-jitsu, but like, where would you like to do some well-crafted, multi-layered dick jokes? Where would you like to go with that?
Denver. I've never done Denver.
We gotta go Denver.
Miami.
Oh yeah.
Damn, I think that's it. I think,
dude, that pause was so long that I thought you froze. That's how great. I mean, you did not blink or move at all. I was like,
oh, you know what? Atlanta might be cool.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
How about Nashville? Would you like
Oh, no, we
Nashville?
need to go back to Nashville.
We haven't been in Nashville forever.
I was just in Nashville last week. That fucking place is awesome. Let's hook up Nashville again. Brian Callen, murder at Zany's. He had everybody in stitches, man. It was
yeah, awesome. He's the best. He's the best. The Brian Callen is the best. He's like the tragedy of all that shit that happened is just like a really good guy is like just isn't allowed to do reindeer games. And the only thing, and we were talking about this the other day, the only thing negative about Brian Callen is how retarded his political takes are. And outside of that, he is meant to be hanging out with the people on Netflix and doing all that stuff. He's a theater kid. And he's such a good guy, and they've made him like have to hang out with the conspiracy theorists. And you're just like, that's not him, dude. He's a theater kid. He's a rich theater kid. He's a good dude, man.
Yeah.
Getting with him, you get an education in comedy when you watch Brian Callen. He's like
He's one of the best ever, man.
Ever, dude.
There's been very few comedy that have made me fucking scream and howl as much as Brian Callen.
He's great. He's great. It goes Brian Callen, Xavier Guerrero, okay, and then black comedians. That's my list. All black comics.
And
all
then
of them.
third is Richard Pryor. Fourth is Chris Rock. Fifth, Martin Lawrence. I get it.
That's how Xavier Guerrero. Watch that fire. Hey,
Exactly.
I like my girls that like conspiracy theorists. I want them to go down on me like Building 7 for no reason.
Damn, I'm glad you listen to my stuff. See, he does listen.
So yeah, we were just talking about how Xavier Guerrero's been here for a while. He's still trying to get his green card, and Biden's now opening it up, and he's just letting it. Does that upset you, Xavier, that like new illegals are getting more love than people like you, the old illegals?
Oh yeah, I think there should be a line. There should be a line. Like I should go get it first. Like how there's like a social security number. I should be like number 5.
Yeah.
And they got to be like all the way in the back.
Xavier, you crossed over like 7 years ago. How long has it been?
No, I was 3. I'm a dreamer. Yeah.
Yo, you should be top 10 in line.
Exactly.
But yet, you know what? You might have to just cross over again and just pretend like it was your first time.
Just repeat the number.
Repeat.
Dude, they'll get you a fucking new phone and $1,200 debit card, and you could take a plane ticket anywhere. So when we book Denver, boom, right there.
Ooh,
say, I'm going to Denver.
Pre-check.
No, you can't. No, they're not gonna get you a pre-check.
Mexicans don't get pre-check.
No. Don't get crazy. Come on.
Have you seen the video, Eddie? Have you seen the video where the girl is trying to give her boyfriend a surprise gift, and she wakes him up, and he's like going back into Mexico when he's here illegally? She didn't know that, and he's like freaking the fuck out because he's got to sneak back in to get back. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing? I'm here illegally. You're bringing me back." So
wait a minute. So wait. He gets a present from his girl, like
his girlfriend's
tickets to Cancun or something.
Oh yeah,
it's right there. Look.
Oh, they're driving into Mexico.
She didn't know. This fool didn't tell her he was illegal. So,
but how did she get? He had his eyes closed for that 3-hour drive down to the border. How did this? I don't understand.
Yeah, it's got to be fake.
Yeah, it's got.
She probably put him in a. He's probably from right around there. She put him in blinders.
Yeah, that's fake, dude.
Johnny, why do you ruin the fun?
I hate that shit that gets passed.
I do hate that people are making fake viral moments, passing them off as real. That's the new thing.
Let's go over off the top of your head. Is there a couple other ones? Because there's this guy now. There's a guy on Instagram. He's called White Dolomite, and him and his buddy dress up in like Farmer Johns, and they look like dudes from Arkansas, white dudes, and they go up to black people and call them boy. They go, "What are you doing here, boy?" Have you seen this?
No,
seen this?
No.
It's called White Dolomite on Instagram. Check it out. Play it.
It sounds like the
guys
Amazing
got
Race.
Balls.
And they just
balls.
fight?
White Dolomite. Yeah, that's him right there. Go to any of his videos.
Dude, what are you, nuts?
Turn it up.
Sounds like Amazing
Check this
Racist, right?
Can you turn it up, Xavier?
Did you hit the share sound too thing before you?
Okay. One second.
Oh, dude, he's on Venice Beach right there or something.
Oh, you know what? This guy. Okay. Now I know the whole story. This guy is actually half black.
Is that
but
Fat Joe?
He hides the half
What's up,
blackness
my
and
nigga?
goes up to black people and fucks with them.
I see. That's
He's half
great.
black. Check this out.
What's up, my nigga?
That's so funny.
Huh? Yes, my nigga. Yes, sir. You my nigga.
You can't be doing that, bro. Like, come on, bro. You know that shit not good for the culture.
What's up, my nigga? He's my nigga.
You think that shit cool, right? Y'all niggas just bugged out. What the fuck wrong with that nigga?
What's up, my nigga?
Yo, bro, chill, bro. Like, you bugged like, what the fuck, guy? Like,
You my nigga.
What is he, like an autistic robot?
He's
My nigga,
pretending
sorry.
he's white, but he's half black. He's half black, so he can say it.
Look. Bars. Look. I'm deadly. Like the right hand on Freddy, I rock steady. Come with more boot than Betty. A drug lord from up north. A dork with a thug morph. Let the snub roar. Open up your blood pores. I'm shiny. Slimy mixed with grimy. I got my
Go
click
find
behind me.
us some more interactions.
Yeah,
down,
go
right
to the
there
ones
with
where he's
Farmer
with
John.
people.
Look at the Farmer John's one. Check this out.
What are you doing? Hey, you the Island Boys, huh? You kiss your brother with them lips, boy. What? Hey, bro, you tripping? What's he talking about? Talking about like, kiss my brother.
Oh, dude, the Island Boys.
He's half black.
Your security.
He's dressed like a farmer.
What are you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
Enough, boy.
What's this man talking about?
What? What do you mean, boy? Get off me
Bro,
right
stop
now.
trying. Bro, back up, bro. What's up? Come on, what's up?
Hey,
Bro, you got a cowboy outfit and everything, trying to act tough and stuff like that, bro. Yo, what's up with you, bro?
Boy, don't play with me, boy.
Bro, what you? Bro, what you
Don't play with
control,
me,
bro? Don't talk to him, bro.
The other one that was really
What?
fake was the one where we were where that guy would go out and I fuck your bitch. You ever see that
Yeah.
one? And,
Tyrone or whatever.
Yeah, Tyrone. I'll
No, I
fuck your
haven't seen
bitch.
that
He's
one.
the huge black guy who just Johnny thinks they're all fake. I think some of them are real.
Well, some of the acting is just not good enough. You know, it's not real. I mean, it's like Amazing Racist got passed around for a decade, and everybody thought that was real until Ari became famous, and everybody was like, "Oh, okay."
So you don't think Ari really picked up Mexicans?
No, I mean he's talked about that. It was all scripted.
Oh shit! I learned something new today, dude.
You thought him going up to black people and calling them "Hey Tyrone" and shit like that. You thought that was real?
No, but I thought maybe the Mexican thing picking
When
him
he
up
took him
was.
to the immigration office.
Yeah.
They wouldn't do. That's cruel, man. He wouldn't do that.
Hold on, it's Ari.
Ari, yeah.
No,
I
but
thought
he
it
was not. He's fundamentally a nice. He would not like play with people who are their livelihood and their existence depends
All
on
right,
them
we'll
not being
ask him.
taken
I
to
should ask
immigration.
him.
But this was
No,
the
I
early
mean he's
days.
already said all that's fake though. I mean it was all by that ShamWow guy, remember? Or that
Yeah.
the DVD was anyway.
Did you guys see the Terrence Howard on JRE? What'd you guys think about that?
I thought it was interesting, dude. I know everybody's freaking out and calling him a retard, but I liked it.
Are they?
What do you think, Johnny?
I thought it was fascinating. I thought that he brought up a bunch of points that make people who have what would you say, like a fundamental belief in science, that science is their faith, things that make them uncomfortable. And I like that. I like making those people uncomfortable. Did you see Neil deGrasse Tyson's response?
I haven't watched it, but I saw he respond.
He name-checked Neil deGrasse Tyson in there, saying that Neil deGrasse Tyson, he shared his thesis with Neil deGrasse Tyson, like in the form of like a paper. And Neil deGrasse Tyson sent it back to him and kind of shit on it. So Neil deGrasse Tyson kind of went and read his notes on it, and it was pretty harsh. It was. So they have a little beef going on, but I thought it was fascinating. I mean,
yeah, but like, who's a bigger retard out of those two? Like,
it's definitely Neil deGrasse Tyson.
100%. I would rather take who's the other guy? What he said?
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard did. You know what? He has an insane memory. He memorizes a lot of stuff, and some of the stuff I'm with him because he was dogging on Newton, he was dogging on Einstein, and he's dogging on gravity. So I'm like, I like that. But the one thing that throws me way off is his inability to understand that 1 × 1 = 1. That's scary. Like, I don't know about that. Like, you can't see that 1 × 1 is 1. He says if you multiply 2 numbers, it's got to be bigger or whatever, right? He like if you go
square root,
like,
right?
That was scary because I'm like, damn, why did he have to go there? Because 1, like let's say 2 5 times is 10. Three times is 9. 3 times 9. 8, 4 times is 32. One time is 1. One time is 1. 3, 5 times is 15. One time is 1. It's so easy to understand, but he was perplexed. That he needs to let that go. But I like the fact that he shit on gravity, he shit on Newton, and he shit on Einstein. I like that.
Well, it's very interesting because Eddie Griffin used to go to the Comedy Store all the time and be telling us math was off all the time. In his 4-hour rants, he would just be like, 2 plus 2 is not 4. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, you are not adding the plus sign into it. I'm like, okay, dude. I don't know what to tell you. I just really don't know what to tell you, dude.
But Eddie, like I don't believe everything from everybody. Like some parts, like Terrence Howard, I'm with him on a lot of stuff. But then when he starts talking about space and like he talks about space and like planets, 100 light years away, like he was there. He goes,
Yeah.
oh yeah, we found a planet here and it's in the Goldilocks, and then the boom. I'm like, don't talk about space like you fucking been there. Maybe say this is what they're fucking saying.
It's so weird when they do that.
But when you talk about space, a place nobody's been to, like you've been there. Come on, I don't like that. But he did shit on gravity. I like that.
When women, and even though I love this guy now, but like when anybody who is bringing up some truths suddenly brings up space, it just destroys everything they say after that. It was back like when I was young, and like a hot chick would be like, I'm a big fan of Dane Cook, and I would be like, okay, I can't hear anything after that. Even though I love Dane Cook now, we're good friends, but back then when we weren't, I was like, okay, nothing he says after is ever going to matter to me again. So it's like when they bring up space, that does, because when they're sitting there going, this stuff that science is telling us isn't real, but this one thing that no one's ever really experienced is real, it kind of discredits everything after that.
Yeah. I saw this one video of this guy. I don't even know his name. I don't know who he is. He could be full of shit. He's talking about a study, and this study could be non-existent. It might be bullshit, right? But you know me, I'm interested in the Bible, but I don't know which one to read. You hear like it sounds like a great manual to live your life in a good way. So I'm into like I'm trying to do the right thing. I really am, but I don't know which Bible to look at, And was Jesus a metaphor? Did he really exist? I don't know, man. I want to know the
that
truth.
right now, real big. Like, now I believe in Jesus, but what is Jesus's name? Because if people go, Jesus never exists, I go, well, his name is Yeshua or Yahshua or what?
There's two, Yeshua or Yehoshua was the other one.
Yehoshua. And that to me goes, okay, yeah. If you're telling me the name Jesus, which some people will tell you has to do with Zeus, and then you say, yeah, what are the two names, Johnny?
You said Yeshua, and then the one you've been told is Yehoshua, I believe.
Yehoshua. So that's what I find super interesting right now.
I'm not sure the name matters too much, but
it does to me, because I'll tell you why. Because someone tells you Jesus never existed. Well, if that's not his name, then that could be an argument.
Right, but that's the people. Most of the people it's telling you that aren't thinking that. You know what I'm saying? Jesus means this guy who said these things at this time.
Yes, I also believe our timelines are completely and utterly off, and that they're trying to put them into this like time when Rome was here. I don't know. That's just I mean, I know that they kill him. The story is that the Romans killed him. But I think it's just a different timeline than we even understand.
The study I was talking about, the reason I bring up Jesus in the Bible, the study I was talking about, I don't know the guy, I don't know the study. It could be total bullshit. But it did pop something off in my brain. He's talking about a study where they figured out that emotions are a certain frequency. Anger is a certain frequency, happiness, certain frequency, love, certain frequency, so that Somehow they did this experiment with people and they got them to feel a certain way. They got them to express a certain emotion and they could see the vibration. You know, all the emotions vibrate at a different frequency. And when there's this frequency, there's like some kind of machine or something that can detect the frequency that's emitting from people when they're experiencing emotions. I don't even know if that's real, but the results, according to this guy that could be totally full of shit, said that the most powerful frequency, what do you think would be what emotion would emit the most powerful frequency if you had to guess?
Love.
You would think so, right? Love.
Oh,
But
no.
Or hate.
No.
I would think like anger.
You could think that. You can go the opposite end of the spectrum. Like negative emotions might have super
Jesus.
powerful. No, the most powerful emotion was, I think he said, maybe I'm wrong, he said 40 times or 400 times. I don't remember. It was either 400 times stronger or 40 times stronger. I don't know. There's one zero. I don't remember. But even if it was 4 times stronger, even if it was 4, he said that the most powerful frequency was authenticity.
Really?
So when you're telling the truth, you have the most powerful, you're emitting the most powerful frequency when you're being 100% truthful, when you're 100% authentic. And then I thought, at first I was like, what? That's more powerful than love? I thought unconditional love was what held the universe together. That's what I thought. I don't know. I thought it was the most, but when you think about it, in the Bible, what does it always say?
The truth will set you free.
Truth is the light. Truth is the light. Light is the frequency. Truth is authenticity. Maybe that's what it is. As long as you're being truthful, you're at your most powerful.
Yeah.
Even without love. Because there's people that don't have any love. They're solo. They're in wars. They're fighting for peace or
Anchor wars.
Whatever. It's the truth, right? The truth will set you free. The truth is the light. I don't know. I don't know shit, dog. I don't know
That's
shit. I don't know nothing
interesting,
about the Bible.
Eddie. Because you start to study like this kind of game that's been played forever by these elites, and how like no matter what they do, they can't stop the truth from coming out. They keep trying, right? They keep trying to send disinformation, censorship, everything, but the truth just keeps coming out. And it's like, I get it. Like everyone's like, AI will be the greatest thing ever of all time. And it will, blah, blah, blah. But it's just like still at this moment right now, they cannot control the truth. Israel is trying to control every aspect of our media to stop anybody from seeing what they're doing in Gaza, and they just can't do it. And the truth just keeps coming out more and more and more. And you know what's very interesting? There's certain things I think are God sent, even if came through a weird way. Oil, I think, is God sent. I think God gave us oil to help our civilization grow. And that's why they're demonizing it so much, because it is God-given. And then the other thing is, and this is where people might think I'm crazy, but the internet used properly can be very powerful, a very powerful tool. And one of the earliest shows I ever did in Tinfoil Hat, I had a guest talking about how the internet gives us the knowledge of the elites that we were never allowed to have before. And now that stuff is all out, they can't play any of their occult games on us anymore. They keep trying to run these psyops, and it's not happening. Every time they try to show us about a bunch of masked up skinheads showing up with flags or Nazi symbols, everyone's like fucking feds. They're just feds everywhere. They're too organized, right? And so that psyop is dead. That's an interesting thing, dude. The power of truth. Hey guys, real quick, I want to tell you about our new sponsor, Sahara Whiskey, and their wonderful underwear, Undertack. Guys, when you're spending half of your day sitting down, you want to be as comfortable as possible. You don't have time for irritation. We're all tired of the riding up, all that constant adjusting. It's got to stop. My friends over at Sierra Whiskey Co. have made it their mission to make the most comfortable underwear that ever hug two cheeks. Come on.
Their most popular Undertac boxers aren't your typical men's boxers. They're made with Modal. Think of that like cotton, just way better. It's 50% more moisture wicking. It's antibacterial, and it's way softer than whatever you've got going on now. Undertac stays in place with a sturdy yet comfortable extra wide waistband, and the fly design is brilliantly straightforward. Exceptional comfort, twice the guarantee, a fraction of the price, and they even donate a portion of their profits to organizations actively in the fight against human trafficking. Stock up today.
So here's what we want you to do. Go to Undertac. That's under UNDERTAC.com. That's undertac.com and use our exclusive promo code TFH20 for 20% off site-wide today. That's undertac.com, spelled UNDERTAC.com, promo code TFH20 for 20% off site-wide today. I can't wait. Hey guys, real quick, I want to tell you about our good friends at Wise Wolf Gold and Silver. That's right. If you're paying any attention, you know that the de-dollarization is real. Oh, it's totally real, dude. The US dollar is backed by nothing right now. Fiat is fake, and you don't want to be left holding the bag when the dollar collapses. Gold and silver have been money through all of recorded history and are an excellent way to protect yourself from inflation and geopolitical turmoil. That's right. That's why I trust my friends at Wise Wolf Gold and Silver for all things precious metal. Veteran owned and an A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau. No transaction is too big or too small. You can even roll your 401k or IRA into physical gold and silver. That's right. And if you think you can't afford precious metals, well, think again. With the Wolfpack monthly membership program, you can get gold and silver delivered directly to your door for as little as $50 a month. Wise Wolf Gold and Silver also deals in and accepts Bitcoin. Just go to SamTripoli.gold, promo code tinfoil at checkout to receive free constitutional silver. And remember, in a world of bulls and bears, it's best to be the wolf.
Yeah, and you know what? With AI, scary. On one hand, super scary. Like, whoa, all this information that's out there, AI could just fucking sift through it in a split second and get you what you need. Fucking crazy. But why do I gotta put fucking password? I gotta remember my password to fucking anything. Email. Like, you got AI all over this fucking phone. You know it's me. You're AI and you don't know it's me on the fucking phone. I might be dead and some gang member is using my, you know I'm alive. I'm on the phone. You're AI. You should know everything. You should never need a fucking password ever again. I got to remember passwords, and you got facial recognition all day on me. You know it's me. Like,
yeah.
What's your password, dog? What's your password? You can't remember your password. It can't help.
Yeah, dude. And it's like the AI so powerful it can't tell me what part of the picture is a bike.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like that, bitch.
Yeah, it's like, hey, is AI like, is it real or not? Like, you should know.
Johnny uses it for everything. Johnny's really good.
I think it's real to me. I see a computer doing things that I could never have imagined 10 years ago right now. So yeah.
Like what?
What do you mean? Like creating images in seconds?
So you know those reels
are just based on an English, something that was in my brain that I turned into words becomes an image on my screen in 15 seconds. In whatever style I want it. If I want to look like a photograph, if I want it to look like a piece of classic Renaissance art. I mean, that to me is miraculous. That's going to be video soon. And what you're going to see is AI creating its own prompts. People are using that now. People who don't have the imagination to come up with these things are getting the AI to create an idea for an image and feed it back to itself to create the art.
Oh,
so the person's completely out of it. That's what's going to happen. This is the first time, and I said this on Cash Days, that white collar jobs are going to be threatened by technology. You know, in the past, everybody was okay with it because it was blue collar, hardworking people on the assembly lines that were losing their jobs. Now, creatives are going to be, their jobs are going to be threatened. You're going to see people who work in financial analysis. Their jobs are going to be threatened by this
Oh,
shit.
yeah,
That's where it
dude.
gets interesting.
You can
look. This
they
one,
have ops now. Hold on, they have ops now.
So when you show up
Excuse
there,
me?
do you look?
They have apps that can tell you when to sell and buy crypto.
Yeah.
This one right here, you see this clip right here? All that is AI.
This thing?
This is going to sound a whole other level of crazy, but I'm just going to say it because here we are.
You're in the right place.
So I truly believe.
Right there, that's AI.
What they have these clip generation apps now that you can get them to generate AI B-roll for you that's related to what you're talking about. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's
yeah, but
you type something in and then it makes like a painting or drawing or whatever. You could do that. We were always able to do that with Google, but it would just send you like pictures of like what's out there. So now it's like Google, it's sending you pictures of what's out there, but then it's combining them in like like its original form or something.
Which is what you could argue a mind does, though. It takes, a brain takes in all the things it's seen, and then, some amalgamation of that is produced to create something original. You know what I mean? I mean, that's kind of what a brain does, isn't it? Takes in all the information and the data and the faces and the landscape.
How come can't figure out that it's me on the fucking phone?
Well, I think they could if they wanted it to do that. It could do that. Yeah, I mean, think because look, my iPhone is looking at my face.
My phone. This is me. Open my shit.
But do you have FaceTime on you? I mean, the face unlock on your iPhone.
Yeah, they've been capturing my face this whole time.
But I mean, that's kind of a form of that, right? It's just you look at the phone and it's unlocked.
Yeah, it should be like, but how come like it should be like that with everything?
I agree. Yeah. Well, they're doing, and I'm seeing that with more things now. Actually, I'm being prompted now, like for Google, and I don't give it to them because I don't like the idea of them having this information. But they're saying, hey, would you like to use your fingerprint to unlock your Gmail?
You might as well give it to them. They already got your fingerprint.
I know. That's my old school
Twitter,
thinking about Google,
where people are just like, "Oh, dude, you don't give them your driver's license, bro." They know
your driver's license. They got that, bro. The dude at Kinko's has your driver's license. Yeah.
The only thing I did was I gave them my old driver's license, which has my old address on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't have that. That's the only way I'm fighting. You know, I'm like, funny. Yeah, have fun going over to the old place. I won't be there, bitch.
Smart. You showed them.
Yeah, I did. But it's interesting times, man. It's interesting times. So, did you see the Justin from the Quarterling had the big flat Earth debate between Austin and Professor Dave the professor? Did you see that?
I heard about it, but didn't see it.
I mean, dude, hold on, let me find it really quick.
Who was he debating, Professor Dave? I heard the second. I heard the Quartering, and then I heard
yeah. It was Austin Whitsitt, who has been on our show.
They got together.
Professor Dave.
Wow.
Who has always been like the anti-flat earther, and I think Whitsitt just annihilated him.
Oh wow. Well, I'd like to see that myself.
Yeah, Nathan Oakley and versus Professor Dave is what I want to see. Nobody can beat Nathan Oakley. He demolishes everybody. The fact, like these flat Earth debates with like Professor Dave, there's high level flat Earth debates. There's like the low level ones, like how come there's no pictures of space of Earth from space? Yeah. And then there's the super scientific ones. That's what Nathan Oakley's really good at. Like, I don't even understand half the shit, but to me, the fact that we're still debating about this, we shouldn't. If we were really on a ball spinning through space at speeds you can't see,
right?
There would not be any debates. There would be hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of pictures of Earth from space. All sorts, just beautiful ones with the sun over here, the moon
You're
over there.
You're totally right, dude.
There would be hundreds but still they can't figure out how to take a fucking picture of Earth from space. It should be the end of the debate.
Yeah, I agree.
There are none.
I agree.
There are none. So they got to talk about, in the year 800 AD, Aristophanes he put up a straw in Syria, and then 800 miles away or whatever, 800 kilometers away, another stick, and then they saw the shadows. Earth is a ball. they still bring that up like it was a fact. Like there was some dude, no phone. They're on camels. They're 800 kilometers away, and somehow they stuck us. You guys are still talking about that? Why don't you reproduce that today?
I totally agree with that. Dude.
From before Jesus. You're talking about some shit before Jesus, or maybe around the same time he was alive. You can't. Why don't you just do it again right now? Why aren't there millions of pictures of Earth from space? Why are we
you're totally right.
Who would take those? Are you saying like from satellites or something? Is that what you mean, or from the space station?
Yes, you know what they said. We can't. We got to take composites and we do strips of data.
I mean, I've seen videos of them on the space station. You know, they do their live streams.
Yeah, but Johnny,
if you want to call them that.
Johnny,
but no, what I'm saying. But what are you saying that?
He's saying is what I'll tell you. What he's saying is like it shouldn't even be an issue. There should be a gazillion pictures. There should be.
You know what?
There should be more pictures of the actual round Earth than there are women's buttholes on the internet.
The space station, but the videos, the live streams they do from the space station, you're not even.
But you know what? But why don't the people that are pro ball ever use that video that you're talking about? You know why? Because it's so easily debunked. It's a fucking fish. All it is their high altitude airplanes. So probably like.
So you think they're up there? Okay, all right.
No, they're like about 80,000 feet up. They're not in space. They're
I see. Okay, so your argument about that is they're not even at the altitude.
All that
footage, I understand.
All that footage is that footage of Earth with a curve. It's just footage of like
that's fish islands,
but with fish eyes.
Yeah,
that's why they never bring it. All those guys, Professor Day, they never bring that shit up because they easily debunked. They don't bring that shit up. They don't bring that. It's almost like you're trying to prove that this man is not your father. And then there's all these pictures of you and the guy that is not your father. And the reason why you don't think he's your father, because all the pictures are fake. And you're like, all these pictures are fake of this guy that's pretending to be my dad. He's not, but they're like, no, but he is your dad because he grew up here and then boom, and he was with your mom. But why are the pictures fake? Why aren't the pictures real? The pictures there's something wrong if the pictures are not.
You know what
real.
that reminds me of?
Something wrong there.
This Kate.
Why are the pictures fake?
The Princess Kate shit. Like, if you're telling me that Princess Kate is just going through cancer and that's it, why wouldn't you just have her give a real-time speech? She's always doing all of these things where she's meeting with people. She's doing all this. Why isn't Princess Kate just stop going, hey, you peasants, okay? I am just sick. That's why I'm sorry. I don't know why they put that deep fake stupid shit out. I should have done this at the beginning. I'm just battling cancer. I appreciate your prayers. Can we put this to bed? But they never do that. It's just
wait. Now, do you still think she might be dead? Is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying
because wasn't she just photographed by like paparazzis, right? Like,
well, she went to an event, right? She went to an event, and then you still had people going, "This doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense." Like a couple, like what, 2 months ago, she was chunky. Now she's like rail thin, and I get what everybody's saying, but if you really cared, it was like when they did the Damar Hamlin shit. Like, you know, why didn't they have Damar Hamlin just come out and say something? Why did they have to do the weird like cover up on everything? Well, it could be a honeypot trying to get all the conspiracy theorists to go, oh, look at this. This ain't real. Bullshit. Or they're just buying time. If they really wanted to solve the mystery, they would just have her come out and go, hey, man, I'm just sick and I don't want to, it's not easy and I don't want to talk to anybody about it. But since you guys won't let it go, here I am. Yes, I'm struggling with this disease and I don't want to do it anymore. So I'm sorry. So bang, there, and that discussion right there. But they don't.
Same thing with that Bridget Macron, or what's her name? That from France.
Oh yeah.
There's like she won't produce a picture of her before she's 30. Her brother disappeared. It's supposed to be him, and there's easy solution. Just take a picture with your brother, and it's just like Sam says. It's like just no. They want to go to court and they want to go all the way to prove something.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you're fighting Streisand effect there, of course, where you bring more attention to it by denying it. So yeah, I get what you're saying.
The fact that we're still debating the shape of the Earth is 2000. Dude, That should be a right there. Even without even understanding any of the evidence, just common sense will go, yo. And then every flat earth video has got a label on it, just like all the other fucking truth videos. They got labels on it. And anytime you could go to YouTube right now, go to YouTube and punch in the exact title of a video with the author. You can go History of Flat Earth by Eric Dubay. It won't come up. It'll be buried. You'd have to go down like 200 videos. And the videos that you're going to get are all the highly produced debunking of flat earth videos. Wow. Right there on the street, you can't fool people on the street, but on YouTube, you can. On the street, you'd fucking have people's heads for that shit. I'm trying to put in the exact word.
Yes.
The exact title. And you're not giving it to me. You're giving me some other shit. On the streets, you'd be fucking decapitated doing shit like that. You know what I mean? You're
trying to find
the
Sam's
video
YouTube.
that I'm trying to look for. I typed in the video word for word, and you're gonna bury that shit and give me some bullshit. You'd be fucking tied up, and they would cut your heart out, and they would put it on Instagram if you try to come with that kind of logic. You understand me? On the street, that shit won't fly, but on YouTube, it does.
And dude, and I wonder even if today, if the government came out and goes, listen, the earth is flat, if anyone would react to it. We're so distracted right now. But for me, once you get away from flat earth, right? Once you accept flat earth, everything changes.
Yeah.
It just changes.
Even when you hear, what do you think of Billy Carson on JR?
There's a lot of things I like about Billy Carson. He's very, there's some things that I just get nervous about too. You know, he's always, I think he says Jesus wasn't real. I think that's a big thing about him. And it's interesting, man. Again, I just get into the discussion and it's just, for me, I think we live in an occult world. I think the oldest of gods are the Kronos and the Anunnaki, and they've created this route. They created the rules of this reality because they were trapped down here, and it's an occult realm. And to me, the spiritual side, Jesus is the cheat code to get out of this lower dimension. So I find him interesting. I don't necessarily dismiss the Emerald Tablets and all the Sumerian texts and all that stuff, because I think we're a lot older than people think. I think we're way older, and even if you go,
what do you mean we? What do you? I'm sorry. What do you mean we are older?
That the Earth,
the planet, or the? I'm sorry. I mean the humans or the planet.
Well, I think the humans get reset all the time, over and over again. That's my opinion. They're just at some point.
Because I mean, I guess what my question is, because it's science that's telling us that the planet is millions of years old, and it's people who believe in the Bible saying it's thousands.
But we go off a calendar that says it's this year. I don't believe any of that. I don't think it's 2024. I think it's way older.
To me, that's one of those things that I don't see how that matters. But you're saying, though, are you more agreeing with the scientists that it's possibly millions of years old? Our planet?
I do. I think it could be. I think we've had multiple, with all these guys that we've had on Analog talking about old worlds. I think there's a lot more going on. I don't believe in dinosaurs. I think they're biblical dragons. And I just think there was a great reset during the mud flood.
Wait, what do you mean you don't? What do you mean they're biblical? But that would be the same thing then, right? You're just calling them something else. Is that what you're saying?
They're not dinosaurs. They're like Nephilims and Titans.
But they were something that existed that we're finding the bones of. Those bones are real?
Yeah, but not the bones that they tell. It's not what they tell us.
But those are real.
It's not. There's not a T-Rex with tiny arms and fat legs. That these tiny arms make no sense. Why would this tiny arm thing? What are?
Well, they're saying they're vestigial, like the appendix. You know, it just is something from like a past iteration of that creature.
That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. Why would an animal?
Well, think about it. We see animals all the time with like flightless birds that have wings still. What are those for?
What?
Birds that have wings that can't fly. What about those? What's the point of that?
I don't know.
That's the same, but I'm saying that
Because
we
they
see
used
that
to
a
be
lot
able
in
to
nature.
fly.
That's what I'm saying. And they say that
Yeah,
the hands used to be able to do something.
the reason they don't fly anymore, Johnny, is because they've adapted. Okay, they would still be flying if they didn't figure out another way to do it.
I think their point is
that
that the T-Rex learned how to tear things with his
think
face.
it's stupid. I think it's dumb. They're telling us about something that they weren't around with. I bet you
I
if we
think
saw
that
these birds
okay.
that still have wings, that we could figure out why they don't fly anymore. But now you're telling me like I remember when I one of the first jokes I ever wrote about the dumbest study I ever heard is that about how fast the T-Rex ran. And I go, well, how the fuck do you know that?
Yeah,
Or the
that
fact
is stupid. John.
Or the fact that you're telling me that the T-Rex couldn't see you unless you moved. How the fuck do you know all that shit?
That's not even they don't even believe that anymore. They changed.
The fact that when it comes to dinosaurs, I believe animals were big, but the whole dinosaur thing, all the bones in museums are not real. They admit it. We can't put the real bones out there. So if you're going to put fake bones on display, you might as well put skin on it, fake skin. You know what I mean? The only reason a skeleton is fucking cool about like a dinosaur is that it's a real skeleton.
Right.
If it's a fake skeleton, throw some fake skin on it. Why the fuck we need to see fake bones? Every dinosaur you've ever seen in a museum is fake, and they admit it because the real bones are too sensitive.
Well,
so when it comes to Billy Carson, but I believe shit was big. I believe, animals were big. I believe humans were way bigger. I believe that shit. Who knows the timeline really? I'm on the other side. I think we're younger and not older. I think everything happened quite in recent time, and in the historical mainstream timeline, they spread it all out. I'm with everything is a lot younger, but in regards to Billy Carson on JRE, he was saying a lot of shit, and I'm cool with that. He's like into ancient technology, forbidden technology. I'm all down with that. And he was going in deep. He was going in deep, real deep. And when Joe Rogan brought up flat Earth, all of a sudden, flat Earthers are fucking cultish. I'm like, you were talking about some emerald fucking tablets?
Yeah.
And the thought can go through 10 dimensions? And flat Earth is crazy? I'm with you in all the crazy. All of a sudden, flat Earth is crazy. Simulation, fine. Flat Earth, crazy? That right there. But the one thing Joe said, I think he's coming over because he said, because they were bagging on flat Earth like he always does. And then he said, and even if it was flat, who cares? You know who says that? People that are 18 months away from being flat earthers. That's what they say. When you say, who cares if it's flat anyways? Why does it matter? Yo, man, that means who cares? Mm-hmm. And so the truth doesn't matter to you? If the truth doesn't, of where we're at and where we come from, if that doesn't matter to you, what does that say about you? The truth doesn't matter to you? Truth matters to me.
Hey guys, real quick, I want to tell you about an American company making a difference in the American bedroom, bringing us American boners, Blue Chew! That's right. This episode is brought to you by Blue Chew. So let's talk about sex. Guys, remember the days when you were always ready to go? Do I? Let's go, bro. Now you can increase your performance and get extra confidence in bed. Listen up. Go to BlueChew.com. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, Levitra, but in a chewable tablet. And for a fraction of the cost, you can chew it chew cheap. That's what we're talking about. Big boners, angry boners for cheap prices. Yes, on it. Okay, that's how we do it. You can take it anytime, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever that opportunity arises. Right, Xavier Guerrero.
Yep, all the time. Ready right now.
Those EDM festivals, you just never know when you got to pop one when you're tripping balls off, having a good time. The process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. Bang, bang, pow. The best part is it's done online, so no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Blue Chew tablets are made in the and prepared and shipped directly to your door in a discreet package or with fireworks like I like it, okay? I want fireworks. I want to be dropped off by a bald eagle that has a sound that says, Daddy's going to Pound Town. Thank you, Blue Chew. Bang, bang, pow. That's right. So listen, dude, I'm going to personally endorse this, dude. There's no time my boner is more getting so tight than tough than when I take Blue Chew, right? Xavier, how about you? Do you have rock hard boners, bro?
Right now, I'm gonna have some on the tour, right next to
in
you
between
on the
shows.
airport. Yes.
XG does rails of Blue Chew, bro. He loves
Oh.
it. So, guys, here's what we need you to do. Blue Chew wants to help you have better sex. Discover your own options at BlueChew.com. Chew it and do it. And we got a special deal for our listeners. Bang, bro. Try Blue Chew free when you use our promo code tinfoil at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code tinfoil to receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring this podcast. Angry Boner. And it also, well, you're never going to get everybody to believe in everything, but I do believe if the question gets answered in Joe's head about the earth being flat and he accepts that it's flat, I think he will care. And the reason I say that is because then you will go, why are they lying to us about it? And then you go, if they're lying to us about that, what else are they lying to? Because once you get into flat earth, then you start getting into some biblical shit. And then you start getting into God. And then that changes everybody. So an atheist, good luck, will never believe in flat earth because his religion is science. And it is completely faith-based on everything. 99%.
I think, at first I was dismissing the simulation theory because I believe we're in a fucking lake and it's level and we're surrounded by ice. But now I believe in both. I believe they
both can exist together.
No, exactly. We're in a fucking machine. We're in an electromagnetic torus field. We're in a machine. The stars, the sun, and the moon, they're not just floating randomly in random directions. They're all caught in a fucking grid. And it's all the magnetism is coming from the North Pole. That's why Polaris is right over the North Pole, and that's the only fixed star. All the stars rotate around Polaris, and Polaris happens to be over the center of this lake, this prison lake that we're in, this electromagnetic machine. We're in a fucking machine. We're in a machine, and we are like nanobots in this machine. We are our own little miniature torus field. We're being run by electricity. So we are in a simulation, and the simulation is flat, and the torus field is like an apple, and that's what I believe. And
so you believe we live in a torus field?
There's this one video. I forget who showed it to me, and maybe you know about this video. And I don't know. I don't know shit. I'm just making assumptions based on what I see. I could be totally wrong. You know what I mean? But I know if we're on a ball at 100 miles in the ocean, you shouldn't be able to see anything 100 miles. There should be a 6,000 foot curvature, a wall of water. But you can target other ships, Navy ships. They look at other ships.
Yeah, that was the thing that Professor Dave got totally wrong. He's saying all those videos and pictures are lies. And you're like, dude, we could go do it right now. Just go get that powerful scope and we'll go do it. Like, what are you fucking talking about?
Even okay, so we're on a ball. There's got to be some kind of curvature formula. And the curvature formula that the flat earth movement is on is 8 inches per mile square. And that seems to be correct, right? And even if it was off, all right, even if it was off, let's just say that curvature formula is off 8 inches per mile square. Like the first mile, there's 8 inches of curvature. And then the second mile is 64, 8 inches per mile square, right? And then so on and so on. So let's just say it was off. Let's just say, because based on that curvature formula, at 100 miles in the ocean, there should be like 6,000 feet of curvature of water. So you shouldn't be able to see anything that's shorter than 6,000 feet, right? But let's say it was off. Let's say it was way off. And let's say there's it's not 6,000 feet of curvature. It's 1,000 feet of curvature. You still shouldn't be able to see the fucking a ship 100 miles away. You
Yeah.
still shouldn't, even if it was off. So explain that. We're on a ball? There should be curve. Where's the fucking curve? Where is it? It's nowhere. No curve.
Yeah. I mean, he just nailed him. Austin Woodsit nailed him on that. And he just didn't have an answer. So he just got Queenie with him.
Yeah.
And, it's just like with these guys, the biggest thing I got to tell most flat earthers when they debate is you can't get emotional. That's how they get you every time. You get overly emotional and you just start being erratic. You just got to stay chill. Because I personally think you have the facts on your side. That's just my personal opinion. But again, if we go to flat Earth and what is this place? I don't think we're supposed to be able, with our minds, to understand what this place is and why we live here. Is it a did the demiurge create this?
You don't think? Oh, that's fascinating. So.
Johnny, again, you and I talk about all the time. When you try to think about infinity, your brain won't let you. They just won't.
Right, but don't you think I like this idea, and this is something I wish would happen. I wish a flat Earth guy and a science, modern science based person would just agree on something like, okay, let's go do this, and if this goes my way, then Earth's flat, and if this, like a experiment, they both can agree on. If the result goes a certain way, it would indicate this about the nature of where we live, and then go out and do that. I wish there was more of that.
Yeah, just go, because you can't really rely on curvature measurements on land. We got mountains, we got valleys.
Yeah, it's too complicated. Yeah,
but on the water, it should be fucking precise. In the water, in the ocean. If we're on a fucking ball, there shouldn't be any fucking valleys and mountains in the ocean. That shit should be a fucking ball, and that's where you should find the curvature. You need to figure out if you don't think it's 8 miles per 8 inches per mile square, then what is it? And then let's figure it out. Because at 100 miles, there should be some fucking curvature. They're talking, the same fucking people are using boats going over the horizon as proof of curvature. Yeah. That's like 3 miles, dog. That's like 3 or 4 miles. That's not even close to 100 miles. So you're saying, so they believe, they still put, that's the easiest one to debunk. The ships going over the horizon. That is kindergarten shit. Because with the naked eye, you see the ship going over the horizon, and it looks like, oh, it's going over the curvature. Okay, so you look at that through a telescope or any kind of zoom lens, it brings it back. How are you going to bring it? How are you going to, something going to go around a corner, then you bring it back with a zoom? It's fucking retarded. You can't zoom in on something that went around went over a curve. Yeah. So how do you explain? Then they go, oh, refraction. I go, yo, that's 3 fucking miles. That's 4 miles. You were arguing about 3-4 fucking miles, refraction or whatever. You can't, you're telling me the ship went over the curve, then you're saying, oh, when you bring it back, oh, refraction. What the fuck is it? Then what is the curvature formula? You tell me the curvature formula, we'll test it on the ocean. The one we got is 8 inches per mile square. If it's fucking 1 inch per mile square, you still wouldn't be able to see shit 100 miles away. So what are you going to do now?
It's crazy, dude.
Just common sense.
And it's just so many people, they're talking about this with archaeology, that the old guard is so defensive of their beliefs because once you accept these new sites and new timelines, it destroys all their credibility. And that's what we're getting into. You have these science people that are having this inability to accept that maybe they were lied to. And like COVID is a great example of that. And the vaccine, there are so many people whose credibility is just dog shit right now. And they don't know what to do. But again, I gotta have Monica Perez back on.
Quick question. Do you think by any chance Billy is a plant? I mean, he's on Rogan's, he's on Andrew Schultz, he's on Patrick Bet-Davis, he's everywhere. Maybe they're just letting him talk. Go let these people.
You know what? He could be legit. He could be legit. And a lot of legit people that spend a lot of time in a certain a field of knowledge, like in Billy Carson's, in his world, he's all into ancient Sumerian texts, Dead Sea Scrolls. That's fine. I'm into that too. 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu comes from the ancient Sumerian text.
Are you anti-Anunnaki?
Now, back when I was all into it, Zachariah Sitchin writing all these books about transcribing the ancient Sumerian texts, and there's the 10th planet in our solar system, and they're mining gold. I was all about that shit. And then every now and then I'd read something online where these guys are saying he's full of shit. Dude, his office is in the Rockefeller building in New York. He's a Rockefeller plant. It's all bullshit. And I'm like, no. He's translating these fucking ancient fuck you. So now I think Zachariah Sitchin was a plant. Now he's like an Einstein. You know what I mean? He had his role. Einstein was the astrophysicist guy. And then, that Billy Cox or whatever, Bobby Cox, he's the CERN guy, whatever his name is. What's his name? Cox? Something
Brian Cox.
Brian Cox is the CERN guy. Everyone's playing a position. And Zachariah Sitchin was the ancient tablets guy. That's the way I look at it. Now, I mean, my jiu-jitsu is still 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu, but now it's, instead of me thinking that shit was real, I think it's like, science fiction. It's like calling your jiu-jitsu Death Star Jiu-Jitsu. I don't believe there's a Death Star, but I like Star Wars, so I'm gonna call it's a cool name, Death Star Jiu-Jitsu, 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu. I don't believe that shit no more. But it's still, it's science fiction, whatever. It's just like a cool story.
So you don't believe in any Anunnaki stuff? If
the Anunnaki shit is real, they come from over there, not over there. They come from over there, beyond the ice wall. I believe, I don't have no proof, but I like to assume and I like to speculate. I speculate that there's probably other lands outside of this ring, that we're in a lake and the sun and the moon go around in a circle. So it forms a circle. We're in this electromagnetic machine. We're in a torus field. The torus field is circular, it's spherical. So that we live on the plane, but we're in this electromagnetic.
I agree. I was just thinking of that the other day.
Dude, I don't know who gave one of my boys sent me a video. Fuck, I can't fucking find it. And I didn't know what to think of it at first, but there's a guy out there. Maybe you've seen this video, maybe XG, maybe Johnny, but there's a guy saying that when he does DMT, not the amount of DMT that knocks you out. Because if you do like 3 big rips of DMT when you smoke it, like I did several times, you like pass out and then you go into this other fuck. It's like you die for like 10 minutes. But if you only do like a micro dose, you take one little hit, you're still conscious, but you're in between the worlds. He says that he does a little DMT and then he takes a laser pointer or some kind of infrared light and he shines it at the wall. And while he's in that DMT, that light DMT state, he could see the ones and zeros with like a laser pointer or some kind of infrared light. I don't remember exactly, but he's like swears by it. He goes, yo, when you do a little DMT and you fucking use this laser pointer, you see the ones and you see that we're in a simulation.
Is this guy like a cowboy hat on? This guy you saw? Tell me if this sounds like it. The DMT matrix, lasers reveal the universal code. Does that sound like?
That's it.
Okay, it's like a 56-minute podcast is what I'm finding here. I can't.
Yeah.
Does this guy have long hair, kind of like Jesus, the guy who's talking about?
I don't remember what he looked like.
Is it a podcast or is it a video?
Yeah, it's a podcast.
No, but Eddie, the video
I saw was just some dude doing like a video blog on TikTok or something talking about it. He's talking, he goes, yo, because you can't videotape it, you can't prove it. You got to do the DMT yourself because it's not like you can do DMT, you shine like an infrared light or I don't even know if it was just a red laser. I don't know. It was some kind of light that he would shine at a certain thing. And he goes, yo, you could see the fucking codes. And you can't videotape that because it's like it's in your own DMT experience. So you'd have to do it on your own. We should do it. We should test it. We should do a tin foil hat podcast test to see if it's works. We all do it together. We take a little hit of DMT, not enough to make us pass out, and then we fucking do our laser pointers and see what's up.
We just had a whole episode on that. You have no idea. I think we might have a supplier too.
Yeah, that would be fun.
That'd be hilarious. It's interesting, dude. It's interesting. Then you just get into like, is it possible that all things fit in together? right? Is it possible the simulation sits in with Jesus and timelines and
Yes,
the
I see what
torus field and all that shit?
Simulation and flat earth totally are like, I see them. I see it now. It's together because we're in this flat circular lake because the sun and the moon are rotating around this electromagnetic force that all our compasses point to in the north, right? And the North Pole completely off limits. Mount Meru, maybe they say there's this black rock mountain in that's magnetic, and that's where all the power's coming from. You hear all the shit. Nobody knows what's up. We're just trying to put the pieces together like fucking retarded detectives. And
that would be a great name for a podcast, by the way, Retarded Detectives. And you just try to solve stuff.
I think God created this electromagnetic realm that we're in.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. And maybe it's a test. Maybe it's like, maybe we asked to be here. We just don't remember. And Santos Bonacci said something, and I'm like, dude, I don't know nothing. I'm just assuming and speculating. I don't know nothing. But he did say something that was awesome. He said that we're being powered by electricity. Like there's like wireless electricity. Like there is a wire that's like we're connected to something that's powering us, right? We're electric. And when we die, we get unplugged. Our body is running on electricity, right? So Bonacci said that there's billions of stars, right? There's billions of lights in the sky. There's billions of people. He's saying that every star is one person, and that's empowering us. And when we die, it's like this tether, this electromagnetic tether to a star. And when we're born, we're in this constellation, we're in that constellation. That's why astrology is kind of like freaks people out. Like, whoa, it's kind of crazy that the Tauruses do get along with Leos and Virgos. Like, that's just the story of my life. You know what I mean? And Aries and Pisces, Taurus, Virgo, Leos. Dude, that's the core of the people that I've harmonized with. It's just like music. There's 12 notes of music. There's 12 astrological signs. Each note in music harmonizes with.
Yeah, it's just too structured just to be random.
Well, dude, what you're saying sounds a lot. I've been listening to a lot of near-death experiences lately, and many of them describe the first thing they see when they go into that white light is a bunch of stars. Like, and each of these stars is an entity, someone that maybe they've known throughout, all their lives, and they feel this like love from it. But yeah, they feel like that it's been described that way by a few different people entering a star field. And then also there's this one guy who came back after his near-death experience and realized he could just play the drums, because he said everything there was like music. And he came back and he's just like, I can play the drums now. I don't know how, but he had no musical inclination before. And now he's like a gigging drummer. So that makes a lot of sense to me from what I've seen lately.
Speaking of music, my band Hook Thieves, we're going to be playing in Venice, California, August 9th, Friday, August 9th in Venice.
Let's go, bro. I got to go this time. I got to be there.
Check out the album on Spotify and on Apple Music. Look up Hook
Fire,
Thieves.
Bro.
The name of the album is Jar of Lies. It's all comedy music. It's just all comedy parody. You can go to YouTube and watch El Coyote. It's a song I wrote through the eyes
of
a human smuggler.
It's fire.
August 9th in Venice. Come on down. We're gonna kill it. Danny Loner.
You were
on bass.
You were recently on Alex Jones, kind of before all the shit hit the fan. Yeah. What are your thoughts on everything going on with Alex Jones?
Dude, I mean, people think, there's still people that think Alex Jones is a fucking shill. Like, they're trying to destroy that guy. You know what I mean? They're saying, oh, he's an Israeli shill.
It's so
Why
crazy.
God protect him? Why aren't they protecting him? You know what I mean? If he's a shill, he would be protected. The ones that are shills are the ones that are totally protected. They've been going after Alex Jones. I don't know. I know him personally. He ain't no damn shill. I know the people that he works with, Owen Schroyer, Daria. I know that he may have been, and he probably was, like the type of controlled opposition that doesn't know they're controlled opposition. Because remember, in the beginning, he was going after the Bushes. He went after George W. He went after 9/11. So the deep state, they like that. They're like, yes, this guy's destroying the right. It's all about just corrupting the right, because the left is easily corrupted. The left is like, shit, that's easy. Everybody wants to do drugs and party and fuck and do all that shit on the left. The right. I think the Bushes were like George Senior's like, I'm gonna be Republican, and I'm gonna make sure we got that shit under control. That's what I think it was. Everybody hated Republicans after the Bushes, and I think that's what they wanted. I think they did that shit on purpose. And so what was your point? Oh, Alex Jones.
My question.
I think
there's all
Jones,
the stuff with them shutting him down and all that.
They liked him. They liked him for years. The deep state, they would try to bring him in Hollywood. And then when Obama got elected, he went after Obama. They're like, oh, what the fuck? That's when they were like, having a problem. When he went after the left. They didn't think he would do that.
Yeah, it's just so crazy, like how everybody is okay with what they're doing to him.
$1 billion. I remember
they're just making up numbers at this point.
The original judgment was $4 million. And we're like, wow, $4 million for just talking shit on Sandy Hook. Wow. Makes you think about Sandy Hook like, damn, they really, they like, what's up with Sandy Hook?
They don't want you talking about it.
Yeah, they don't want anybody like, I wonder why. So then it was like the next day they go 45 million. Like, what how did we go from 4 million to 45 million? Now it's over $1 billion. Like, what?
It's just like unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Because he said
just making up numbers at this point.
He said Sandy Hook was a false flag because the CIA said that. Dr. Steve Pachenik was on his show multiple times. He's from the CIA. He was saying that Sandy Hook was a false flag. The CIA said it. And that's why Alex Jones believed it, because that's what the CIA said. That's what Dr. Steve Pachenik said multiple times on Alex Jones' show. So maybe you should go after him.
Yeah, it's really crazy, right? It's really crazy. And it's just like how people, I mean, you just listen to people who just, they don't want to do right. They just want to be right. And they're so okay with everything being thrown out as if that means they can get the people they don't like. And they don't realize that shit will come back and eat them in the ass too.
Yeah.
They'll eat them up, man. And the minute you're okay with people pulling shit on people you don't like, the minute you're okay with the government doing unconstitutional shit to people you don't like, okay, it's going to be used against you as well. And you go, well, what's unconstitutional about that? You go, you had an activist judge who proudly just displayed her support for every psyop that has come out since Hillary Clinton ran. Like I support COVID, I support BLM, I support Ukraine. She had all those in everything she did. Yeah. How is that okay? And then, dude, the thing that nobody's talking about is Alex Jones's own lawyer sending shit to the defense. Like, crazy. How's that not a setup?
Crazy.
And nobody's talking about that. It should be just dismissed right there.
Yeah. Like, you think about all the shit you're not supposed to talk about, right? And then you got to think about that shit because you can't talk about Sandy Hook. They deleted all the Sandy Hook documentaries off YouTube. They killed that shit. They wiped Sandy Hook off YouTube.
But why that one?
And then they put labels
you can't talk about.
Yeah, if you bring that shit up or you talk about it on a podcast, they're gonna put a label on. They're gonna put what do them labels mean, right? And there's a lot of shit you can't think about all the shit you can't talk. You can't talk about Israel. You can't talk about the Mossad because they'll come after you. So you know what? Okay, I don't want no trouble. You know what I mean? I don't talk about Sandy Hook no more. Like, okay, they got that shit. They own that shit. They own hey, okay, Israel is their government.
I think Israel you can talk about now, but the thing you can't talk about is the big H for sure. Right now, at this point, I think that's changing. You can't talk about the big H, Holocaust.
Oh yeah,
you can't really get into. You can't talk about that spreadsheet.
That shit. That's the thing you got to think about. Hey, I'm not trying to fucking battle the evil forces. I'm just here talking shit, trying to enjoy my life. If they say
we're just dick joke comics, bro.
Yeah,
we're just dick joke guys, just doing our best.
But you got to
Who
think
do
about
dick
stuff.
jokes
You can't talk about it. Why? Why can't you talk about? You could talk shit on Mexicans all fucking day. You could say
Right.
the Mexican government is the most corrupt.
We do it on the show every day.
Yeah, you could talk any kind of shit on Mexicans, but you start talking about Israelis. Ooh, your fucking life is over.
Right.
Like, weird.
Right.
Weird.
I think that's coming to an end too. I think we're getting to a really great place where everybody gets it now. I think more and more people are getting less because they're going, hold on, what? Why are we passing laws you can't criticize these people? That makes that when Johnny goes Streisand effect, that's the greatest. When you're passing a law that I can't talk about people are like, why? And then they just want to talk more. It's like the minute you tell a comic he can't do a certain joke, he does a million jokes on him. That's it. That's it. The only joke that they tend not to want to do is the N-word. That's it. Mostly because they think they're going to get their asses kicked. That's why.
Yeah.
You know, don't ask me about my pronouns, bro. Do not ask me about my pronouns. But it just seems to be interesting, man. And it's just like, and the big thing that they would talk about in Alex Jones being a shill or whatever they want to say about him is that he wouldn't talk about Israel. Well, he's doing it left and right now. He's openly talking about it right now, questioning what's going on because we're living in fucking crazy times right now. Like crazy times.
Yeah, even like Candace Owens is going off. You know what I mean?
Damn, dude. She's going big game hunting. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
He was defending Kanye.
Candace Owens might have the biggest balls of any online, what would you call her? A journalist? Or what would you call her?
Yeah. Content creator.
There's nobody with bigger balls than that woman. Jesus Christ. She got big balls. Whoa.
Why do you think she got fired from the Daily Wire? Do you think it's for that Jesus is King?
No, dude,
tweet?
she's criticizing Israel, and Ben Shapiro is garbage, and that's Sam speaking, not Eddie. And I mean, like, dude, you watch that guy. Ben Shapiro gets lit up by people on TikTok. It's really unbelievable, dude. It's really unbelievable. He gets lit up so badly by this Rothman, or whatever his name is. And like, he's everything I hate about the internet. A guy who talks really tough. And, you know, we just have but is like a tiny little weak man. I just can't stand it. But it's very interesting because we're just having these unmasked moments all the time. We're like people you think we're like, oh, they get it. And then there just comes that one topic and you're like, okay, they don't get it. And it's very interesting. If you're still on the right side of it, but through all this stuff, whether Hillary running for president all the way up to October 7th, there's not a lot of people left. You know, when you go through all those and still be on the right side, which is that COVID was bullshit. October 7th was a false flag. Hillary Clinton jacked the primary from Bernie, and Russian collusion wasn't real. The Ukraine's bullshit. To be on the side, if you've made it through all that and you're still on the right side, God bless you, dude. God bless you. Because there's not a lot of people. We've lost a lot of people.
Yeah, I think we've gained more people, actually. I think people are waking up.
We've gained more, but the people who made it their job to talk about it, we've seen people lose. Like the Daily Wire has lost a huge portion of their following because people are like, get the fuck out of here with this bullshit. Yeah. In my humble opinion, he gets ratioed all the time. Every time he tweets, he gets ratioed into the ground.
Yeah. How about Chris Cuomo?
That's what I was about to say. Yeah.
Dave Smith, that debate. Whoa, Dave Smith is a savage.
Dave Smith's an assassin. He's an assassin, and he's great. And the only thing Dave Smith, and it's gonna be fun to watch when Dave Smith gets to the point where he realizes this isn't about money and power. This is a spiritual war. When he gets there, then he's going to be like that floating blue guy, just like a fucking, thinking God. He's going to be because that's what it is. Right now, you think it's about money and power. I'm not saying Dave does, but Dave still is falling into the geopolitics of everything. When in reality, this is a spiritual war. And when he gets there, because he's still young, I think he's like 30, dude, or 40. 40 is pretty fucking young, dude.
There's a lot of people out there that have been awakened in recent times, like maybe 5 years ago, like Candace wasn't always red pill, she is now. And a lot of these people that are coming out and being savages and warriors, they're eventually going to realize like fucking how dangerous it is. Because I've been red pill for a long goddamn time. I believed in some stupid shit like UFOs back in the day, but I evolved out of that. But I never trusted mainstream information and mainstream media, and I was always into the Clinton body count and the dark side of the CIA. And I knew, like, for the last 25 years, like, these motherfuckers will kill you. They'll come after you. If you're trying to put them in jail, you're trying to like talk and
that seems to be the rule.
Yeah.
That seems to be the rule.
If you're trying to put people in prison and you're out there like a journalist and you're trying to be Captain Save the World, those are the people that get killed. Look at the Clinton body count and go through the whole thing. And it was all the people that they were trying to do the right thing. They were trying to be heroes. But it's fucking dangerous, dog. It's like trying to do that shit in Mexico. You're trying to take down the cartel. You're just a citizen and you live in northern Mexico along the border, the U.S. border, and you're trying to go after the cartel. Your house is going to be burned down and they're going to kill your whole family. So you gotta be careful at how you attack the forces, the evil forces that are running.
You have to play a little game.
You can't go out there and just gunslinger, because the cartel in Mexico, very similar to the cartel in the United States, the political cartel, the Washington, D.C. cartel.
Yeah, because they're ran by the same people.
They will go after you and they will kill you. So you got to be careful. So when you're careful, people say, "Oh, he's a shill." And like, no, dog, I'm trying to survive. You know what I mean? I'm using head movement. I'm bobbing and weaving. You know what I mean?
100%. And then you also get into the fact that most likely the cartels are just an extension of the U.S. intelligence services, that they're just all FBI, CIA ran. And that's how it goes. You lock that down. You create a drug cartel so that you can make money on both sides of it, for both producing the drugs and fighting the war on drugs. That's how you make
movies. You make movies like Scarface and Narcos. You keep glorifying like Mexican cartels and all that, when meanwhile the CIA is probably running all that shit. Same thing with like
all of it.
Yeah, same thing like with the Italian mafia. There's all these mafia movies, but the reality, there's someone else really controlling the Italian mafia, right?
100%. I mean, like, dude, then you start getting into like Zionism and the what's it called? The Jesuits. Like, I really do believe that so much of the illegal drug and arms trade is Jesuit ran through the CIA. The CIA Jesuit ran, and then you get in people yelling about Zionism. I think Zionism, Jesuits, communists, Marxists, all that shit, they're all middle management, dude, to like a higher level, which is like these Babylonian bankers at the highest levels. And like, they just like the Jew shit. It's so low hanging fruit. It's just too obvious. It's too easy. It's a Talmud. So it's just too easy. It's not that obvious. I always learn, dude, there's always another layer to what you think is actually going on. That's my humble opinion. It's fucking nuts. Crazy times, buddy. Crazy times.
Hell yeah.
I'm very excited, dude, for our gigs. It's going to be fun. Got any new jokes you're excited about?
Before we go, I announced on my Instagram a couple months ago that I'm no longer at Rockfin. Rockfin has been great for me, for my podcast. They've been great. The last 2 years, they've been great. I've no complaints. They took care of me. They just didn't renew their contract. They're going in different directions. No hard feelings. I'm on Rumble now. So there's not going to be any new episodes on Rockfin anymore. I'm on Rumble, and I'm changing things up. On Rockfin, I was releasing an episode every week. It got a little too much after 100 episodes, So now on Rumble, I'm just doing one episode a month, and I release it right away instead of keeping it in the can for a couple months. One episode a month on Rumble. It's free. Thank you, Rockfin, for 2 years of awesomeness. Now it's time to move on. That's it.
Well, you get some of the best guests, dude. Look at those guests, dog. You ain't fucking around. Fucking good
Yeah, so
shit. Yeah, man.
I just started my Rumble channel. It's obviously under Eddie Bravo. I got like 2,000 followers. I'm just starting. I'm gonna build it up, and then once a month I drop a podcast. No more every week. I that's a little much for me. You know what I mean? But now it's nice. Once a month, I'm good. It's free. You don't have to pay shit. Boom. Everybody's happy.
Well, all right, dude. Well, again, like I'm on Rumble too. I'm putting a ton of content on there. I have a locals page for premium content. I have SamTripoli.com. You get all my premium content on there. And again, like I was telling everybody, for the $8, you're gonna start getting we're gonna start doing deep dives in some of the more taboo docs that people can't watch on anything else. I'm just gonna watch it on Sam Tripoli, keep it in house, and we'll have real discussions because I think you should be able to discuss everything and anything, and that will be only on Sam. If you go up real quick, go up a little bit on that. You go up, there it is. You got like Magic Johnson basically didn't have AIDS. That story, all that stuff. I'm putting up 3 episodes a week up there for $8 a month. It's a great way to support the show because I do put out a lot of free content because this is my thing. I love podcasting and everything like that. Anything else, guys?
Hit that like button,
no?
subscribe.
Okay.
Go ahead, XG. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
I just say hit that like button, subscribe. Let's go.
I'm doing a jiu-jitsu seminar in Detroit at 10th Planet Livonia. It's in Detroit, July 20th. Come check me out if you do jiu-jitsu.
Dude, that's great. I did a private today, bro. They're telling me that I'm too fat for them to triangle, so I take that as a good thing, dude. But I'm too fat to triangle, so I'm excited about that. It's been great, dude. I appreciate everything you've done for 10th Planet, dude. That's your baby. I love 10th Planet. I love going there. I went to watch my first live jujitsu thing, and they had it at 10th Planet Van Nuys, where I do jujitsu at, and the energy was crazy. The kids. Dude, these kids are assassins, dude. Like watching 8-year-olds just try to armbar people and rear naked choke, and then they're such savages, and then they cry. You remember they're just little kids, even though they're little jujitsu savages. It was great, man. I love doing it. If you're young, and you think you might not be mobile enough for jujitsu, I would tell you, don't think that's true, man. I'm not the most limber guy in the world. Of course, it does help. But there's a lot of angles you can work, and you could learn how to work with your body, dude. So I'm enjoying it. I'm trying to get my blue belt. Hopefully that will happen at some point this year. We'll see. And Eddie's already done the show. No, only kidding. But
No. I have one more plug. I got into the weed game. I forgot about this.
Oh shit!
I got my own. I linked up with Pro Pen. They make the best pens, cannabis pen. This is what I smoke before I go on stage and do comedy. That's why I bomb all the time, because it bombs my brain. But Pro Pen, Eddie Bravo line, available at dispensaries all over Southern California. It's now that the DOJ is classifying or rescheduling cannabis as a Schedule 3 substance, it's going to be a lot easier to go nationwide. But right now, we're in Southern California. Go to your local dispensary, tell them to order the Pro Pen Eddie Bravo line. Check it out. Boom. Also, if your body's broken down and beat up, and you're getting up in age, and you need some stem cells for your shoulders or your knees, go to CPI in Tijuana. That is a great spot. There's one spot in TJ. It's beautiful. It looks like LA. Most of it is favela and scary, like you would think, but there's one spot. It's a Cellular Performance Institute.com. It's awesome. Fixed both my shoulders. I just got back from lifting earlier. Check it out.
Cool.
Hey, so send me all the links to all your stuff so I can include it in the description when we put this out tomorrow. Or today. So it comes out today. So make sure you put that out. Again, I will be with Eddie and Xavier, and hopefully we'll get some friends who live in New York to come out. We'll see what happens. But again, show on Thursday, 2 shows on Friday. Then we're in one of the most beautiful places in the world, Broadbrook, Opera House. And then I'm on the 18th through the 20th. I'm in Kansas City. And then I'm going to start getting back on the road in August. I'll be getting those dates out. All right, guys, let's break down the episode. All right, dude. As always, the legendary Eddie Bravo back on here, powerlifting with stem cells. We love it. Trying to give Xavier Guerrero some hope. I still don't know how you haven't married one of the hot swarms to get your green card. I don't understand how you do that.
I've tried. It just doesn't. It's not working out.
I can't believe nobody would just marry you to help you.
I mean, sure there'll be somebody in New Jersey or Connecticut that'll.
Yeah, let's hope, bro. Somebody help Xavier stay.
Stay.
Have some kids with little anchor babies.
Yeah.
Have some anchor. I don't know if you guys watch. If you do, are you guys into this new mode of debating? Everything's a debate now. Like it seems like debating is a big thing now.
What do you mean?
Like everywhere I turn on, oh, this guy debates that guy.
I love debates. I've always loved debate. I know you don't. You're not a big fan, right? But
no,
I
have a show. Literally, I tried to start a debate show.
Oh yeah, me and XG were the cameramen for that. Remember? Yeah. We ran the cameras for that.
Oh yeah, way back in the day.
Yeah, suited up.
Nowhere.
We were all suited up. I loved it.
Yeah, but even Deep Waters is a debate club. It's meant to be a debate between guy with a batting
you used to disagree a lot more with Brian, I guess, right?
And then this fucking retard. That's what the show is about. It's very interesting to me. It's just very. I'm really.
I was going to ask you, do you think Candace Owens and Ben Shapiro should debate? Because they've been wanting to do that.
I think they should, and it's possible it will, but it will be under conditions that Ben doesn't get wiped on the floor. And he won't debate anybody except for like blue hair.
I don't know what they have to talk about, really, though. Those kinds of things, you just don't get anywhere. I like the debates where you can actually get somewhere, that's why I like the flat earth debates, the high level ones. Because you can actually get somewhere with that. They can address things that people have been wondering, but with the ideological stuff, I don't know. Those aren't
Johnny,
fun.
are you way off on a flat earth? Or are you just like, no?
Well, I mean, the simulation thing, some people view that as a cop-out, but I don't at all, I think. I mean, I feel very strongly that that's a possibility. The flat earth is... Yeah, I want to see research done by people who espouse flat Earth.
I wish this show made gazillions of dollars and we could just make a department where you just go out and do that shit.
Yeah,
go out and research that. Go out and research this.
Me too.
Right? That'd be the best. That would be the best.
Because I mean, the people who say the Earth is round have repeatable experiments that I've seen done. Now, a lot of it is. The problem, though, is that a lot of it is abstract and involves technology, which, how do I know that laser is doing what you're saying it's doing? You know what I'm saying? How do I know that gyroscope is tuned to not trick me? So I would like, simple things that are easy to understand. The problem is a lot of science is not that way. But yeah, I don't know. I think this is complicated by the space program being a lot of lies. I think that's why a lot of people default to thinking flat Earth is the reality, because the space program is such bullshit in many ways. Yeah, it's not an easy one. I could be convinced, certainly.
It's interesting. It's interesting. I mean, I've never been more spiritual in my life, even though more and more people tell me I'm wrong. But I just think timelines
about
are
what?
different.
What do you mean?
I mean, I had Adam Green on tell me that Jesus didn't exist. I just don't believe that.
Oh. Well, yeah, but that's the thing I don't get. Even the people, like, you can go into college and most of the people the atheists will say Jesus existed.
Yeah, because they're basically trying to say that it was a Roman Empire construct.
Well, no, that's not a mainstream view. The academics view that as a very fringe thing. That's not a mainstream view.
Okay, I respect that.
The most academics that I've seen, I mean, and my professor in college is like the guy on this topic, Jesus, Bart Ehrman, and they say that there was a guy who gave a lot of stick to the Romans. You know, he was a pain in their ass called Jesus, who had a sect of Judaism that became Christianity. They agree on that.
Johnny, where do you stand with dinosaurs? I saw you were telling Sam that mystical creatures, and they're pretty much you telling us the same thing.
No, I just didn't quite. I couldn't understand the distinction he was making. Is why I asked about that, because he was saying that most of the people in that position don't think the fossils are real, but Sam seems to think the fossils might be real, but that they're actually Nephilim or something like that. Is that
no? I don't
angels?
think they're real in a museum. I think they're presented in a way. I think they're presented in a way to make it look like it's dinosaurs, when in reality, they're just totally different beasts. That's my humble opinion.
But what's the difference if you call them that or call them dinosaurs?
Because the notion is that these dinosaurs were wild and roaming and they were the only thing around, and I don't think that's true. I think they were Nephilims. They're trying to create a time where there were no people around or anything. It was just giant lizards running.
So you don't buy that story that there was a time where dinosaurs ruled the earth. I got you.
Yeah, I don't buy that at all.
Okay.
In any way.
Makes sense.
But
anyway.
Also, when I say that doesn't include mammoths. I'm sure we all know that, right?
Mammoths.
Like mammoths and saber-tooth tigers, like that. That's
saber-tooth, mammoths and saber-tooths.
Bro, you are the best. Saber-tooth.
Saber-tooth, yeah.
I bet you like a mammoth.
But by the way, I have no right to judge how you call anything because I'm the worst.
But wait up. But you don't. But when you say dinosaurs, that doesn't include that, right? That's two different types.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I've said dinosaurs and people look at me like, oh, that. I'm like, no, that's two different timelines.
Yeah, that is two different timelines. I think it's all ridiculous. You know, it's all stupid. It's retarded. Yeah, that's it, dude.
I love it when Eddie's on. He's cool.
Eddie is great, man. It's always fun. Like, it's just like, it's kind of crazy watching him involved from his point of views, right? Like, he's now into simulation.
He was super anti-simulation when like maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I keep waiting for his view on Trump to evolve. That's going to be the next one. We'll see.
Oh, yeah. That's what I wish we would talk to him about.
He stays still on QAnon. He's still pretty consistent on QAnon. He still says there's something there. I've asked him. And I think that's pretty much long gone. I haven't heard anything about QAnon.
Yeah. It's fucking nuts, dude. What a crazy time, bro.
But you think QAnon would? You think there's any chance QAnon could come back for the election somehow? No, it's gone.
I think they've tried to introduce it, and everyone's like, "Get out of here," because QAnon to me was Operation Trust, and what people don't realize is that they were telling you everything that was happening because they wanted to corral you over there to be like, Trump's going to save us. That's my humble opinion. I don't know what's going to happen, dude. I've been talking to myself a lot lately, trying to go down what I think is going to happen. I really do believe we're in a silent Bolshevik war. I believe they're taking a little bit of the color revolution of China and the Bolshevik revolution of Russia and combining them. Each time they've taken down a powerhouse like China, Russia, Germany, they've had to do it in a different way. Now the way for America is a combination of how they took out China and how they took out Russia, old Russia. So we're going through it right now. Get your guns, get your gold. Go to SamTripoli.gold. Come on, use the promo code TimFall. But go to SamTripoli.com. We got some great dates for you. That's right. Morris Plains tonight. Morris Plains tomorrow with Eddie and Xavier Guerrero. Then tomorrow, then Saturday night, Broadbrook, and then Kansas City, the Comedy Club at the end. Holler at your boy. Let's go. And then SamTripoli.com. I'm putting up all my content. You know, Eddie said he's moving off Rockfin. I'm gonna do some stuff. I'm still doing stuff on Rockfin, but I'm gonna be focusing on SamTripoli.com. You're also gonna get you can get my locals page on Rumble, $8 a month.
What does that mean, locals? What does that mean?
Locals is on Rumble.
What does that mean though? What is locals?
That's Rumble has their own like Patreon.
And it's called locals?
Yeah.
Oh, I got you. Okay, I didn't know that.
All my shows are on Rumble. They're on Sam Tripoli. All my premium content on Sam Tripoli that I do by myself. I also have a bunch of shows on Rockfin still. Then we have Go Down. We have Keep Going Down, Keep Going Down. Then we have Cash Daddies on Patreon. That's Cash Daddies, patreon.com/Cash Daddies. Big bucks, no whammies. Big bucks, no whammies. And then, of course, I mean, all of our affiliate programs are right here. Buy Gold and Silver, Rife Technologies, Aqua Hydrogen Brown Gas. These are everything. All my affiliates help you. That's what they do. They help you. That's how they make it happen. I have to fix EMF rocks. It's not leading to the page, so I have to talk to them about getting that right. Anything else, guys?
Just check me out on Twitter at Johnny Woodard, please. We're having a lot of discussions about the stuff on the show, and I love it when people share stuff with me. It helps me inform, my opinions here.
Again, guys. Again, okay, go on.
We good. Just hit that like button, subscribe. We'll see you guys this weekend.
And again, guys, Quiet will be coming out.
Nice.
At the end of July. So it's 1 hour of power. We'll have it. I'll let you know where you can get it. Okay, guys? So enjoy these highlights.
Here's a clip from the latest Broken Sim. Did you watch Wheel of Fortune coming up?
Yes.
My grandma would watch it every day. She'd sit there with her little word search things and watch Wheel of Fortune. Pat Sajak said goodbye.
I know. It's so sad.
This week. And he had what I would call an excellent message for everybody as he signed off. Had a lot to say. It says a lot to me about the kind of guy he was and why he was popular. He didn't like to bring politics into the show. He knew he was there to entertain people, and he did that very well, I would say. Here's his sign-off. Comedian, by the way. A lot of people don't know that.
Hey, WNBA, you could learn from this guy.
Absolutely.
Unless you're in the job of politics. Like Tinfoil Hat is a political show. It's a conspiracy show. We deal in politics. I know it's going to piss some people off. I'm not going for them. I'm going for people who want to hear that. So when LeBron James brings politics into sports, right? You lose everybody.
People are there to escape. Yeah. And Pat Sajak recognized that. This was his sign-off message.
Well, the time has come to say goodbye. I have a few thanks and acknowledgments before I go. And I want to start with all of you watching out there. It's been an incredible privilege to be invited into millions of homes, night after night, year after year, decade after decade. And I've always felt that the privilege came with a responsibility to keep this daily half hour a safe place for family fun. No social issues, no politics, nothing embarrassing, I hope, just a game. But gradually it became more than that. A place where kids learn their letters, where people from other countries hone their English skills, where families came together along with friends and neighbors and entire generations. What an honor to have played even a small part in all that. Thank you for allowing me into your lives.
They cut that right there, right?
Oh, that's where it ended, though. Yeah, that's where it ended. That's really a last of a breed that
my childhood has disappeared.
Yeah, I don't know. It made
Jerry
me think of my
West
grandma.
Pass.
My grandma would have. Oh yeah. So I want to talk about this a couple weeks ago. Trump offered to free Ross Ulbricht, which is. I mean, that would be if Ross Ulbricht got free. This is how he tried to win over the libertarians.
He's just saying shit.
Do you think he would do it?
No.
You don't?
No, because he promised all this shit before and he didn't do any of it.
So this was a couple weeks ago. He came out at Libertarian Convention and saw all these free,
which I
free
thought was
Ross
ballsy.
Signs. Yeah, for sure. Going into the
and I respect him for it.
He's getting like half booed.
Yeah.
Rightly so.
Thank you. And if you vote for me on day one, I will commute the sentence of Ross Ulbricht to a sentence of time served.
That was his biggest applause line.
I just think he's just bullshitting. And it's like, now you know why women go nuts, because all guys say is what they want to hear for pussy.
If he doesn't do that, though, and after promising it like
and
that.
And then what's going to happen?
Yeah, what, they're not reelected next time? Yeah, I mean.
Nothing, Johnny. Nothing.
I hope he does that, though. That to give hope to that family that's suffered so much for
it's
that.
Absolutely fucking ridiculous.
Poor guy.
That guy's in there, that any of them are in there. And they, you know what's so funny about him is that the word is that he wanted to basically commute Ross, Julian, and Edward Snowden, and Mr. Turtlehead, you know.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck face.
Mitch McConnell,
Mitch McConnell. Yeah.
walked in, said, "If you do that, we'll legally ground you and drive you into the ground."
This was at near the end of his last term, right?
Yeah. And then they did it anyways. See, like what you hope is that Trump, if you think this is all real, that he comes in vengeful. I just don't see it. I think he's playing the part of the game.
I would love it if he did. So this
Last story.
This is another crazy story about Airbnb. We've been following these like people who are getting in on this trend of squatting. So check this out.
She's never had this happen in her years of renting through Airbnb. And her biggest frustration now being, besides not being able to get the people out, the lack of support to get those renters out.
The sign on the door says it all. No trespassing. If you try and enter, we will press charges for violation of expectation of privacy. This sign is on the front door.
So look at that. I'm going to pause it here because she's not going to read all of it. It says, no trespassing. We will vacate the property when you have filed the proper paperwork. This is an Airbnb renter with the civil magistrate for an eviction. We are legal residents of this home. And then it says the other part. If you try and enter, we will press charges.
Fazana Rahman's Airbnb dorm rental.
Look at this
she
woman.
owns it, but says she can't get access to it.
Now they're refusing to leave until there's an eviction order. I think they're just trying to gain time to stay there for free.
I don't understand. Listen.
This all started when her most recent guest did make a long-term rental reservation through Airbnb and checked in on October 25th. The guest did pay through Airbnb monthly, and you can see on the reservation details the checkout date was May 24th. When her cleaning lady went to clean the rental,
They answered the door and they said, "No, we haven't moved out." She said, "Should I come tomorrow?" And they said, "No, don't come back."
Just no.
Farzana went to the rental, this time, she says, with police. The next morning, still not gone, and this handwritten no trespassing sign on the front door.
It's greed right there. So they go, "Hey, we're going to rent this for 6 months." And you're like, "Oh, that's great." They're setting you up. You should never rent it that long.
We go deep, homeboy. Aaron, open your mind. Drink from the fountain of knowledge. There's lizard people everywhere. That's some interdimensional shit. Wake up, Aaron.
This is only the beginning.
Dude, you just blew my mind. Tinfoil hat.